Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm an artist and illustrator trying to figure out a way to make money off of my art. I currently live in Osaka, Japan, and I'm going to art school here, but I did go to art school in the United States. But over the years, I have made, this is all after already graduating school, I have all of these boxes and papers of things. So I have I'm thinking of cutting this up and doing a traditional pattern. Same thing with this one. I have some cats just hanging out. I don't know what to do with them. I don't know if they're finished or maybe I just think of them as sketchbook work. And then in addition, I have 5 boxes of just artwork. I want to kind of just go through some of my artwork today and share it because frankly, I don't really know what to do with all of it. Some of it I really do want to finish. I don't know quite what that means. But more than anything, I just feel like I have all of this artwork that I'm sitting on and I kind of want to share it and I kind of want to get some other opinions from people out there and what they think I could do with it, or maybe it's done. So let's go through. I'm going to turn away from myself and we're gonna go through some of these boxes. Okay, so here is our first box that we'll be going through some of. So I think a lot of these little cards are from my 100-day challenge. So this butterfly I'm not super keen on. I think she can go away. Sometimes I wonder what I can do with this. Maybe try to make some sort of pattern or something, but I also think she can go away. Some of these are just experiments and I don't feel any inclination to finish them. Some like these, I'm like, is it done? Could I make a digital version? Or I think they just work as sketches. So I'm kind of okay letting some of these go. This one was a failure. I think she's done. I like her. Don't like her. So I feel like most of these, frankly, are okay the way they are. There's nothing I would really do to try to finish these old pieces. But these ones, I really like. I think these little kimono ladies are really cute. I think I made 2 somewhere of these. And I've thought of making a pattern, a repeat pattern, but since I painted these, I'm kind of limited in what color palette I can't really change them from this sort of primary pastel color palette. So I've thought of redoing it on Procreate, but I love the brush strokes, so I'm a little undecided on this one, on what to do, but I love the idea. So this to me is something that different pile, I'd want to try to finish it in some way. This one is sort of an idea that I did finish digitally. I'll show it here, maybe. But I think this was a cool idea, but I didn't really like it in the ink. It's a little too creepy and it wasn't really what I had in mind. So I came up with a very different color palette for digital. So this one I would say is done. Again, this to me is an experiment. I think she's done. These I've thought of redoing digitally, but again, is it worth it? Could this work as a surface pattern, spot illustration? Not a pattern, but a spot illustration for surface design in some way, on a tote bag or something like that? Or should I just let this idea go? I don't know. So this one's kind of an in-between for me. I love these. I think they're super weird. I didn't remember drawing fish here. I'm gonna make a repeat pattern of these, but this is what I mean by marketability. These are nude bodies with star and diamond and heart heads. I don't know who's buying this. I'd buy it, but I think it's a limited market. So I'm gonna make it because I love it and I think it's cool, but it doesn't live anywhere. I don't have currently a print-on-demand site. Society6 made it membership only, which means that I'm not going to pay for that service. I wasn't making any money on it anyway. So these I definitely put in the finish, want to finish pile. She's an experiment. Sphinx is an experiment. This didn't come out well. These I like. I've thought about doing like a little pattern in the background in sort of like a different color of the same like tone of orange, or go in like a complementary color direction. I haven't decided. But really what I want to do with these girls is make a digital version. I think it would look really cool. So I have the secondary and primary colors of them, and I think this would look awesome as like digital. So these definitely go into redoing digitally pile. I think they're really cool. So all of this stuff is more recent. This is from a little over a year ago in terms of old art, but like, what do I do? So this is She Goes With Her. So again, like maybe a tote bag, I don't know. This came out bad. This again was sort of an idea I did in ink, and then I finished digitally, which I'll show you here. And again, I like the digital version better, but there is some sweet quality about, I think, ink that I kind of lose when I go into digital, or any analog that when I put digital, it becomes a little more rigid, I think. So sometimes I wonder if I should like scan the ink and just colorize digitally. I think that's also an option. So this one's done. Again, these kind of are like the nude body. I kind of want to make a pattern. Who's gonna buy it? I don't know. Also, I tried to commission some pet portraits. That was something that I was pursuing for a while. So these were sort of like my examples. Like I do the pets, and then I do a pattern background. I got into more detailed backgrounds later. Only some family and friends purchased them. They're still on my website. I enjoy painting them. I think this doggy, the face came out really cute. The body's a little wonky. This is my beautiful kitty, Zook. Unfortunately, he's still in Korea. Japan has pretty strict laws about bringing animals into the country, which I was unaware of. Foolishly, I did not do research soon enough. So I miss him very much, and I love this portrait. I want to frame it for myself. I really miss my cat. Here's just another orange kitty. Again, so these were the more simple kind of pattern backgrounds that I was starting with, and I went into more detailed ones later. I also wanted to show that like I could do wild animals. So this is an African dog. I just think they have such a cool coat, and they look kind of like a hyena. People maybe who are unfamiliar would think they're a hyena, but they're not. They're African dogs. They are protected species. They're really beautiful. I follow an Instagram account where they protect these, so I'm happy with the way this one came out. This is another black kitty. This one's not mine. This was actually inspired by Coco, if you're familiar with Hannah Shaw, the kitten lady, but it didn't really come out looking like her cat, unfortunately. I think it ended up coming out like my cat. But I love her and the work she does. I'm so inspired. If I still lived back home in Los Angeles, I would love to be more involved with like the ASPCA and other animal welfare. Here's a spotted leopard. I think that's what they're called. I follow a wildlife cat sanctuary in Australia, and I wanted to paint one of their animals, again, to show I could do wild animals. But like I said, nobody's really purchased these pet portraits, so I just have them lying around. So these are some kitties that I just doodled with some watercolor kind of bottled ink that I really like. It's really watercolor, but I call it ink. I thought they were really cute. I didn't do the lines right away. I did the lines just in case I messed up first, but I also went back. I think they're really cute. Again, can I make a pattern out of these? I'm not sure how they would look scanned, but I love it. So, but again, I'm kind of putting these in the leave alone pile. Some random fashion girls. I think they could be a pattern. I have some other ones somewhere else. So that's my first box. So these are the ones that I feel like this big pile here is still things that maybe not this one, but are things that I feel like I could do something with. But like, I'm always like, is this worth my time? I don't know. Because I'm going to school, I'm trying to get editorial clients. I I'm trying to do this YouTube video. I'm trying to teach English online so I can support myself. And so you can't do everything all at once, unfortunately. And so sometimes I feel like I need to prioritize, and I just don't know what to prioritize on. Because I think these are really pretty, but they're not really like people doing things, which I feel like is what sells for editorial. These are not Christmas, these are naked bodies. I feel like that's not what sells for Surface. These I feel like could sell for Surface, but like to a much more narrow market. I don't know. So let's move on to box number 2. Again, this is finished technically, but I wasn't happy with it. I like the sketch, but I want to redo it. So I'm putting this in redo pile. I think I want to do it maybe with just one color, like just blue. I didn't quite finish the city, so I think all I need to do is just finish a couple of buildings and this would be done. And I actually love it. I think it's beautiful, but there's like 3 buildings I haven't finished. This is a terrifying cat and a bird. I'm not sure if it's worth finishing. The eyes I kept messing up, but we'll put it in the finish pile. As you can see, definitely not finished. These are some flowers. Also, I love this girl. She's got, if you can see, like there's a sketch for, you know, a very dramatic cape, but didn't finish. These girls are finished, but I have more sketches that I've made on my iPad to go with these series of Japanese girls. Here's some of this like tiny drawings I made from scraps of paper. This I did make into a finished digital illustration because I thought it was kind of cool. I'll put it here. Here's another one. It's kind of creepy. These like faces and a butterfly. This one I did finish. I made a repeat pattern. I'll show you here. So this is finished. This just came out weird. It's just some practice. Sometimes things are just practice, and I think that's okay to just practice. You know, these are practice. It's more like my sketchbook than anything else. I have never really been good about keeping a sketchbook, so I kind of like doing it on pieces of paper, but then they just end up in these boxes and I never look at them. So I think this is kind of a cool idea. I don't know, I'm gonna put this here. This is finished. Again, sketch. I think that she's pretty. She's finished though. So is she. They're both finished. So the way I made these is the same way I was going to ultimately finish this one. They were gonna be together, but I never finished this one. I don't even remember which reference I used. Butterfly doodle, I think she can go away. Kitty doodle, goodbye. I like the colorway on this one, but she can go. Again, this goes with this one. I made a YouTube video of painting this one, so she's done. I made this for like a Christmas challenge. Definitely does not look very Christmassy. Whenever I make Christmas stuff, it comes out not Christmassy. Blank piece of paper. I thought about doing house portraits for a little bit. So I painted a couple of houses. This is the house that I lived in Seoul. I lived in an old house. On the second floor was the grandma and grandpa. On the first floor was me and Sangjin and Zook and our gecko, Ginkgo. I think this house came out nice. Since I'm from Pasadena, California, I decided to do a craftsman house, but I don't think it came out super great. This was just sort of a doodle that I finished. See, this is something that I think got potential. I want to scan this and add some hand lettering somewhere. I think this could be a greeting card. So we're gonna put this in finish pile. Same with this one. I think he's cut off on the end, but maybe I could like, no, we'll just retire him, never mind. I need to write something here. What should he say? This one I think I can make a pattern. So this goes here. I think she's really pretty. I don't know what to do with her though. So I put her in unfinished. obviously unfinished. I wanted to practice landscapes and I wanted to reuse this piece of paper that I think I had a messed up sketch on and never did anything with it. Another cat that has two cats that have something to say. What should they say? I don't know. I like this colorway. Again, I feel like this is something that I could make like a full painting, like a large painting, or maybe a repeat pattern inspired. Same with this one, although I'm not totally crazy about this one, so I'm gonna put it away. Pattern, maybe. Her, I think she's done, and I think she's a sketchbook drawing, and we just leave her alone. These 3 flowers are from a YouTube video I made on like how to draw different ways. So like just doing the contour, drawing slowly, drawing fast and loose. So these are just an exercise. So this idea I like, and I think I'm gonna make a painting of it. I'll show you the sketch that I have for it on Procreate here on my iPad. I wanna make a big like gouache painting of this. So we're gonna put her here because we're gonna finish her another way. This is done. I don't know where it should live. Again, this was just like an experiment when I was trying to learn how to use acrylic gouache. I bought some Holbein really bright paints, and I was inspired by a temple that I saw on a layover. So I think we have some fashion girls but down here that I could make into a pattern. So I am thinking about making a pattern of these girls. I think that could work. So here's our pile of things that I want to either redo or finish, either by scanning and coloring or just finishing painting or redoing digitally or maybe in a different colorway. I still like these ideas. I'm not ready to let them go. But all of these are retirable, I think. They're done. Same with these little doodles. So that's box 2. So I like her. I tried making another sketch of her. I don't know. These are just some little weird things that I bought when I came to Japan last year. I don't know what to do with them. These are all 100-day illustration stuff, so I think we won't go into them since you can have another video of me making these. So we'll just put them aside. So these are what I call my bondage cakes. These are old. Now we're getting into older stuff. I made these in 2021, maybe, during, no, 2020, I think, during the pandemic. I tried to do Inktober. So let's turn them around. So I call them my bondage cakes because I wanted to do like practice inking, but I wanted to make desserts, but I also wanted to make patent leather. So here's my bondage cake and the sketch. It was pretty detailed sketches that I did. Here's another bondage cake and her accompanying sketch. I think these are so funny. I really like these still. These are like 3 years old, but like, I don't know where these could live at all. I did try like coloring them on Photoshop like 3 years ago, but I didn't like the result at all. I'll show it to you here. But I just feel like they could be editorial, but I just don't know if they look done in the ink or if I should do something else to them in Procreate or something. This one's beautiful. Look at the chains and the bondage, and like there's a strawberry and there's cherries. I really did a lot of research and practicing and a lot of drawing, honestly. I even have some like melted that I got rid of, I guess. I made a lot of these bondage cakes, honestly. Here's another one. It's like a corset. I think they're hilarious, but maybe that's just me. I love the heart one. I think she's really beautiful. So let me know what you think of the bondage cakes. I'm really curious. They didn't perform well on Instagram at the time during Inktober, so I was a little disheartened. But that's okay. Sometimes things are just for you, and these have just been sitting in my box for the last 3 years. Here's another one. Well, it was 30 days, so. Here's another one. Look at it. I mean, she's got like a bra. I think it's so funny. I think we're coming to the end. This was the first one I did. I was trying to make platters from the beginning, but it got a little too hard, so I figured I would make platters and stuff separately, but I never did. So maybe I could work on that, making like platters or doilies to go with them to kind of like ground them a little bit, and maybe I will add them to the editorial portion of my website. Some of these get kind of old in this box. The bondage cakes are pretty old. But what do you think? What can I do with these bondage cakes? So box number 4 is a bit bigger. I think these are mostly like pieces for patterns. So these leaves, I honestly don't think I'm gonna use. I prefer these leaves. So I'm gonna use these leaves, these flowers, and these flowers, I think, to make a pattern. I'm not sure. They've been sitting here for a little while. This I made 3 or 4 years ago. I think it's very sweet, and I do actually have it on my website, but I'm thinking of maybe editing this part out, making, maybe redoing it basically again, and making the heart, actually fit, and putting some lettering. I think I need to really practice hand lettering if I want to pursue surface design. This I think is beautiful. Super old sketch. I kind of want to do something with this. So I have these, these are probably the things that I want to finish. We'll put them here. This I think is super cute. Should I make a repeat of this? I don't know. I'll put it here. Another cat with a bubble. What should he say? I really want to redo her, not redo. I want to scan it and color it digitally. But I think she looks quite cute the way she is, so. And same with these. When I put tape, it ruined it. I was so disappointed. But I guess if I cut it right on the edge, it would be okay. But very disappointing masking tape experience. So again, I was thinking more surface design, like birthday, obviously, when I made these two. These are a doodle from maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I think they look super cool, like sea creature. And I really want to try to make a pattern out of these. I don't care whether it's marketable or not. So this is something I'm gonna maybe show in this video, me working on this. This I finished, but I'm not sure about the colorway. These girls, definitely wanna finish. This is one that I think the branch just doesn't look good. But the bird looks great, so I don't know, maybe I should just let it lie. This is a painting that I never finished. I'm supposed to draw like a small girl here sitting on a flower. I think the perspective on, not the perspective, but the brightness, like it's not quite going, like I feel like it should be brighter and warmer, right? As the rule, and then get cooler and more, desaturated as it goes back. That's sort of the rule for landscape. But right now it's just kind of all one tone, so I don't think it's really working. I don't think I am gonna finish this, frankly, because I'm not happy with it. So you don't have to finish everything. And I think that's a hard thing for me to remember. These are finished. This is a Christmas. I thought it was cute. So I think most of the stuff in here is finished, actually. Yeah, so it's just these things and those like this that I really would like to finish from this box. So let's put it away. Hi, so it's a new day and I'm going to now try to finish a couple things. So I showed this one before and I want to make a repeat pattern on Photoshop with this one. I think it could be kind of cool. And then these two are from my 100-day challenge that I did last year. I think the beret girl could work as maybe a greeting card, maybe. I'm gonna colorize her on Photoshop and maybe consider some hand lettering. I don't know if I'll finish that today. And then this hand I think is pretty cool. I did two like this, but they don't look finished to me. So I actually want to redo this one on Procreate and do it digitally. So first, I've already gotten started on the pattern, so I want to show you the repeat. So this is the repeat that I made. Honestly, I think it looks a little gross. It's a little too biological for me, but I'm hoping if I change the colorway, it could look a little bit prettier. So let's work on the colorway together. So here's what I have so far. I was inspired by actually this piece of art that I got for only 300 yen, which is like, I don't know, $2, 150, I don't know. Yen is very weak right now. And it's this beautiful painting on this very thin piece of paper, and I just love the gradation of these pinks, blues, whites, and yellows. I think it's gorgeous. So I kind of wanted to do something similar because this to me also feels kind of ocean. This also feels kind of ocean. So, oops. That was my inspiration for this, and I think we're getting somewhere. So let's finish coloring it. So we have just finished the Inky Ocean pattern that was inspired by that paper for the colorway, and I think it's interesting. I'm not sure still if it has any real viability in terms of something that would sell. And when you zoom, when it gets really tiny, it's kind of off-putting, but to me at least. But I do think it looks kind of pretty as stationery. I don't know what you guys think, but we're not gonna overthink, I think. So next, I would like to work on the beret girl. So we've just finished Beret Girl. I went for a very bright, almost kind of 80s color scheme. I personally enjoy it. I don't know where hand lettering or any kind of type could really fit in here. If you have any ideas, please let me know. I finished it so fast, I feel like I have to do more. All right, last one is the hand, and we're gonna be doing that on Procreate. So I scanned the hand and I sent the JPEG to my iPad. And I revised the sketch to make the hand a little more balanced. So this was my new sketch, and I got rid of this one. And I've already started figuring out maybe some colors that I like with it. Oftentimes I change them later, but we'll probably just do one colorway for now. I'm just gonna show you the time lapse on Procreate and talk about it when it's done. Okay, so I have technically kind of finished 3 of the drawings of which I showed you from my pile of boxes. The problem is I'm still not sure if they're done. I still want to revisit them, but they are closer to being done than they previously were. But I'm trying to think of a way that I can approach all of this artwork that I have that in my mind is not finished in a way that is sort of like a consistent basis. So I've considered doing another like 100-day, 30-day, 50-day challenge because I feel like when I did a 100-day challenge last year, it really pushed my confidence, I think more than anything, but also it expanded my portfolio to a point where I could actually start reaching out more to companies. It really changed everything for me. And I really would like to have another kind of like push again with my art. And even though I'm in school right now, I think a lot of it right now is very basic technical skills, and I would really like to push my own personal point of view. So I'm thinking of a like challenge of maybe taking 3 from my boxes or 4, or I don't think I can do one every day, and finishing them. So if it's a pattern like the Inky Ocean one that I did, that's what I call it. It has to be a collection. So I need to make at least 2 more patterns to kind of go with it. If I'm not happy with the Beret Girl, I can make at most one other colorway, and then it's done. I think I need to learn how to limit the amount of colorways that I do. And same thing with the hand. I did this one colorway, but I'm really tempted to put it on, you know, Adobe Illustrator and go through all of the different kind of colors you can do on that tab there and see. I forgot what it's called, but if you use Illustrator, you know there's like a way it can automatically readjust where all the colors go. I'm very tempted to do that, and I probably will later. And again, a limit of 2 maybe, or 1 other colorway. So let me know what you think of all of this artwork that I have lying around. Maybe I should do another 100-day challenge instead and just make new work and just say goodbye. Or I've also considered really focusing on editorial work and making digital work every day, because that sort of is a more consistent style for me than when I do analog. When I do analog, I feel like my style is a little bit less narrow. When I do digital, it's pretty consistent. So that's primarily what I pitch to companies, because it's a more digestible, I think. So thank you so much for watching. I think this turned into a longer video than I originally anticipated, but I really would love to hear other artists, or even just other people or creative people or anybody's opinion on what to do with some of this art that I have lying around, and what are your strategies of finishing things. So thanks so much for watching, and you can see my bed on the wall. I still haven't purchased any furniture in my new apartment, except I have this little table on the floor. There's nothing else here. I would really like to do a home tour at some point, or a studio makeover, but I don't feel comfortable buying any furniture until I start making some money. So thanks so much for watching. Bye!